There's obviously changes in the personnel, but there's going to be changes schematically, coaches, obviously. Big challenge, always playing up there. Obviously, a big rivalry game for us. So our guys are excited to get out there on the practice field here and start working on them.
Josh, obviously there was a situation with Chandler Jones yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Has there been any resolution to that, or is he still with the team? Or
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that's kind of a personal situation, and we've never really gone into those kind of things. So I'm going to steer away from that. It's a private matter, and if there's something to report on it, then we'll do that. But as of right now, no.
as of right now, okay.
There's nothing to talk about. No, I don't. Right now we're going day to day. He's not going to be here today, so we'll kind of take it one day at a time.
Are you concerned about the effect on the locker room? He was one of the leaders on the team last year.
Look, the team's getting ready to play a game. We deal with different things throughout the course of the year, whether it's injuries or other adversities. So, I think the guys are focused on trying to control the things that they can control and get ready to play the best game we can play on Sunday.
Okay. So look, we saw or heard rather, you guys heard that he did deflect and did not want to take any questions in regards to the situation with Chandler Jones. Where is it in the chat? Because I just saw it and I really appreciate that coming up. I don't see it now. Go figure. Somebody just said to check out Chandler Jones's. Oh, it's Oki. Here we go. I'm sorry. Oki just put in the chat to check out Chandler Jones's IG. I'm looking at it now. The first post he put up about an hour ago says, God is good all the time. And then when the Bible says, do not lean on your own understanding, hold on, this is like crazy. The Bible is being serious. Your heart is deceitful. Your emotions fluctuate. Your understanding does not, does not see the overall big picture. God never lies. God never changes. God knows all. Trust him. So those were from Chandler Jones's Instagram within the last hour. Don't know what to make about that because, look, we've seen those cryptic tweets in the past where players will put things like that, and especially if you see like a God is good type of tweet or IG post, sometimes that means that some type of deal was made or some type of transaction was made. Not to say that it's happening. I'm not here sitting creating clickbait, but again, a lot of the times when professional athletes anyways put up posts like that, it's kind of weird, man. It's kind of weird. Gerardo, salute. Shad, salute. Dodgers, everything, salute. Franklin Skinner, salute. I see a lot of other people coming into the chat right now. Appreciate each and every single one of y'all. And if you haven't already, do me a favor. Break them thumbs, hit them subs, and smash the bell. Let's get back into more of this McDaniels presser.
Pretty much any coaching staff is going to have instances where players may be upset for whatever reason. How have you guys learned to handle those instances and maybe try to work to avoid the coaching staff?
Are you referring to this as
not just the challenge like players in general when you have maybe these sorts of
Yeah, look, there's a lot of things that go on every week. Every week in a football organization, you just try to do the best you can to get your team ready to play, and we all have different roles to play, and there's decisions that are made, and you try to do the best thing for the team. That's it. I don't know anything else that would be better than that. Try to make the right decisions in every way, shape, or form you can to help your team be successful. So that's what we've tried to do since we've been here, and that's what we're going to continue to do.
did it warrant some sort of a talk with the team to kind of
Yeah, I'm not going to get into this. You know what I mean? So it's a personal situation. It's a private matter. Want to talk about the game on Sunday? I'll be excited to talk about the game.
It affects the game, though, Joe. One of your captains and your leaders.
Yeah, he's not a captain. So it is what it is. Like I said, we're dealing with it internally. We've dealt with it, but we're not gonna get into this.
the unknowns of a season opener. That's going to be the case typically from year to year. But in this case, with the new coaching staff, what do you go back to look at? Do you go all the way back to New Orleans to see what was going on there? Is it worth doing that? Or
there's a lot that you can that's one of the things about this day that's this is so different, because you could utilize a lot of tape to prepare, and there's probably a point where you're overdoing it, going back so far that now you're chasing ghosts, and at some point you got to cut that off. But yeah, I mean, look, Sean's had a long history in this league of success everywhere he's been, and obviously in New Orleans. So he's a great coach. His teams are always well prepared. They play physical and tough. They're disciplined. They've taken care of the ball.
Maybe.
They don't beat themselves. They're really good in situational football. So, that's what I'm expecting. So I think the biggest thing for us, regardless of how far back we've gone, is, what are we going to do? And how comfortable are we with what we're going to do in each phase of the game? And so our focus will remain there, this week. And like I said, you go in with a certain plan and an idea of what you want to do to try to play the game. And usually there's some version of an adjustment that you're going to make based on how it's going and what you're seeing on the other side.
Omar, real quick, because I see your question. It's a fantasy related question, which is fine. We're covering fantasy football this year as well. Is that Javonte Williams or Jamal Williams as your flex? Give me the clarification on that, and I will give you an answer momentarily. Let's see. A lot of people in here now with prayers for Chandler Jones. Absolutely, man. Like, look, mental health is definitely a serious thing. Definitely something not to be taken lightly. For those that have been watching from this is year 3 now. Those that have been watching from the jump, you guys know that I had worked in a hospital for quite some time. I got to fix this. I'm sorry. It's doing that auto tracing me. And I've said this in the past. I don't think I've ever said it on a live, but you don't realize how bad and how serious mental health is until you work in the medical field and you deal with these patients one way or another for various different things. But a lot of people have mental health. Some get it taken care of. People seek treatment, and therapy and what have you, and others try to brush it off and try to live their lives, and it's always not the best thing when you do things like that. We did have that incident, not our team, but the Kansas City Chiefs had a linebacker a couple of years ago that it was incredibly bad. He ended up committing suicide outside the parking lot of Arrowhead. So, we've had the conversation over the last 24 hours with this whole situation. We still do not know fully exactly what's going on, but absolute 1,000% thoughts, prayers, strength, and faith right now with Chandler Jones, with his family. I hope that he gets the help that he needs right now, because again, this is a tough situation and this is nothing to joke about, make fun about. Again, we have not gotten a full story, a full clarification. It's just what the media has put out there. It was the things that we saw on social media from Chandler Jones himself. We heard that Coach McDaniels will not address it. It's going to be kept in-house, which I still think is a very professional thing. Damage control is definitely has been done. But again, we have to just let this play out. I've had the conversations with people asking me in regards to the situation with him, do you think he's going to play? What do you think is going to happen? Look, again, we've heard what we've heard. The front office, the coaching staff will make their disciplinary actions. Maybe he is out for a quarter, a half, but we will see. I digress. Give me 1 second, Omar. I got you. I just want to take a look real quick. I'm sorry. The New Orleans running back. All right, let's take a look real quick. And this is for your flex. I always say this when it comes to a start sit-em. When it comes to a lineup of a flex, you want a guy that gets the most touches, especially in a PPR league. We know Alvin Kamara is suspended for the first couple of games of the season. Go with Jamal Williams. And Sunday, guys, we will be live. Early Sunday morning, we will do your fantasy start sit-em. We will answer your questions in the chat. I will also take calls. The vault line will be open so you guys can call and get your fantasy lineups right and ready this coming Sunday morning. Let's move on to the next presser. I have not heard this. If you haven't, give me a thumbs up. You guys can join along for the ride. But now we have, which is going to be our weekly. We saw this last season every Wednesday with our previous starting quarterback and Davante Adams. Now it is Jimmy Garoppolo and Davante Adams. So here we go, guys. Their presser, I don't even think it was very long. I think they had the nation waiting for almost an hour before the presser actually started. So I got it for you lined up, ready to go. So let's get into it real quick. Like I said, we're going to be on for 45 minutes. We got about a half hour left. So let's get into this presser, and then maybe we'll open up the lines for a good couple of minutes as well. But here we go with the next presser. I believe Davante Adams takes to the podium first.
Working hard at it.
Applies at all, or
Here we go. It should be up in a second. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. I'm just looking through the chat real quick. Facts. Pray for those things going through mental illness, and pray for the first responders. And more than like are seeing people at their worst. Facts, man. Here's Tay, guys.
does this ever get old? Season openers, do you still get the butterflies at all, or are you kind of past all that?
No, I mean, you still get that feeling. It's a little different when you're a little bit more familiar with it. It turns from nerves to just excitement. So definitely still get it, but it kind of fades as far as, the anxiety of the whole deal. But definitely ready to get to work.
How excited are you then, Davante, just to see what this looks like with the new personnel around you, especially a quarterback?
Yeah, man, real excited. I mean, we've been working hard at it for a minute now. Been together since OTAs, and been grinding to get it going in the right direction. So, it'll be fun to see once we get some stuff on tape what it looks like. That way we can make corrections and keep improving.
Davante, any adjustments you've had to make to your game in the offseason with a new quarterback and Jimmy, or same old?
No, same thing. Just getting adjusted to a new person throwing it. But as far as my game, no.
Are there still little matchup things that excite you? I mean, the Broncos have a lot of hype on their corners. Like, is that the kind of thing that you get excited about?
Nah, not. I don't, honestly. I don't care who I play against. I go out there. I don't discriminate. I treat everybody the same way when we go out there, and and that's not like a disrespectful thing, but it's just I'm more concerned about what we're doing as a football team and what I'm doing personally over what the defense has to offer.
Davante, now that you're going into year 2 with this coaching staff, how do you feel like they've done in terms of kind of connecting with players and forming relationships, not just through a football match?
Good. We got some personal coaching.
Shout out to Raider Man on the $3 super chat. Appreciate it, bro. Guys, if you want to become a member to the channel, the link is pinned to the top, as well as the Raider Nation News Today merch as well. Hit that link at the top. Shout out to the one that always brings the heat every single Tuesday night. Elite is in the building. Salute, salute, salute. Let's get back into it, y'all.
There's definitely some guys that are interested in learning about the person, which is a vital piece of connecting and doing well as a team, is understanding the people that you're working with. So we got some guys.
Shout out to Raider Dame on the $5. Much appreciated. Much love. Much love. Let's keep it going, y'all. And for those that are in here for the first time, do not let it be your last. Hit that subscribe button you guys see above me. We are on that road to 10K. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's get back into it.
Guys that preach communication and just openness, and kind of not going into anything with any surprises, but like I said, open communication, and I appreciate that from them.
You're somebody that's vocal when you have something in terms of feedback to give, whether it's football related or something else. Have you seen some of the feedback that you've given being acted upon by the coaching staff?
I mean, countless times. Last year throughout games, we talk. I come back. They. I mean, it's not even something that they want to listen to. They say, hey, we need to hear that from you. Anything you feel out there. Obviously, there's there's a scale as far as how much they trust certain people coming in with certain things. You know, if you're a rookie, you can't walk in here saying, "Hey, coach, I need to run this on that guy," or whatever. You know, we don't need to be in man on defense. Like, we do this. It comes with the, you know, the reps and the respect of understanding, obviously knowing that the guy knows what he's talking about. So it's a two-way street, and I try not to come in with too much stuff. That way it's felt. You know, the person that's talking all the time, nobody really wants to hear him the same way. So I try to be selective about the times I bring things to them, but they do a good job of applying it. You know, when it's time.
Davante, you're obviously one of the leaders of this team, a captain. Second year, there was a situation that occurred yesterday with Chandler. How do you make sure that doesn't affect anybody in that locker room heading into game one?
Everybody's just got to focus on what we got to focus on, and the only thing that's important this week is this game. So just got to lock in on that.
Davante, this offseason, you spoken publicly about talking.
I don't understand why these reporters continue to poke the bear and try to get certain things out of coaching staff, players, whoever. Like, look, Josh McDaniels said it about 3 hours before these guys took to the podium. I'm not going to talk about it. We're not going to discuss it. This is being handled privately. And then you jackasses, I said it, I really don't care, because a lot of these writers, a lot of these journalists, they don't know when to stop. They don't know when to stop. Like, if me, my brothers in Mount Shieldmore are in that building, we're going to ask legit questions. We're not going to ask asinine questions. And if you hear one person say, we're not going to talk about this, they're not going to talk about it. Like, realistically, stop. Like, these writers that did this shit today, salute to David C. Welcome to the vault. Thank you for becoming a new subscriber. These are supposed to be professionals. Like, they do this for a living. They're supposed to be professionals, and these are grown-ass adults that can't follow simple instructions. We're not going to talk about it. What does that mean? Don't ask about it. For the media, for you clowns out there that tried to push the envelope today, this is what I have for you.
Dummy, yeah.
Let's get back into Tay.
Talking to Josh and kind of being there through him, you know, how much of a difference have you noticed with him being back in the locker room just over a week?
I mean, I've noticed it in, you know, my mood, other guys' mood, just having a key piece of your football team around. It's going to naturally boost everybody's mood. You know, their willingness to come to work. Everybody's been coming to work, and it's been the same as it was last year. But it's a little bit more fire when you get one of your guys back, and when you get a guy like Josh back, who's a captain and, you know, a leader of this football team. You know, it kind of, like I said, gives the team a little extra juice.
There's some young guys on this offense, Trey Tucker, Michael Mayer. Do you take them under your wing a little bit, especially in a week like this, to kind of settle those nerves so that they're ready to perform the way they need to?
No, they're on their own. I was on my own, they're on their own.
Damn. No. Do you feel like they're kind of wired for the
Of course. I mean, these guys, these are easy guys to work with. Trey's one of my favorite rookies I've ever had. Obviously, he's a crazy talent out there, got speed and a lot of things that are tough to coach, but just him as a person makes it easy, you know, coming to work with him. And, you know, he's the type of guy, he told me about a month ago, he came up and said, I'm going to ask you at least one question every single day and learn something from you, you know, whether it's football, something about life, whatever. I'm going to make sure I ask you something every day. And he's been on it. It's been a couple of days where he hasn't, so, but I watched it like the first 4 days, he came up to me with something every day. So, you know, working with guys like that, and obviously I haven't been working directly with Michael the same, and he's a quiet guy as well, but you can tell, you know, I'll be having a conversation with Hoop about something, and he'll kind of creep over there and start listening a little bit. So these guys are willing to learn and fun to work with, so it makes it easy.
What kind of questions did you ask from Trey?
I mean, all different types of things. That type of stuff we'll keep between me and Trey, but it can be something about a route, something about life. You know, how do I deal with, you know, coming in, balancing a new playbook and adding your own sauce to routes and different things. It's been a million different times we've talked about stuff, and you know, he's a quiet kid, but you know, one-on-one in those type of situations, that's where you see him start to kind of, I don't know what the word is, but just, you know, not unfold, but you know what I mean. Like open up a little bit. I guess that's the word. Open up and get a little bit more comfortable and talk and continue to learn with us.
Have you noticed like a progression in his questions of like, oh, he's starting to get it along the way?
I mean, he's asked amazing questions out the gate, so it's really just a wide range. It's not always a question that I'll get that's like, wow, amazing question, but it'll be, you know, sometimes it is, and it's just like a real question. You know, it's, like I said, it's a pretty wide range.
Couple more.
You mentioned that he had crazy talent. You know, as you
All right, before we go any further, shout out to one of my childhood friends, like since I was a little one. Yes, she is a Jets fan, but look at where she's going. She's smart. She knows talent when she sees it, and she's taken our guy, DA, with her first pick. So salute. Hope the family's doing well, and appreciate you pulling on up. Let's get back into it.
As you get further along in your career, can you start sensing that and seeing that from younger players, like they got a little something special?
I mean, you can see it at any point, no matter where you're at in your development. It's easy to see when a guy gets it and very mature. Obviously, there's hundreds of things to work on. I mean, I got a whole lot to work on still. So obviously things you can build on, but the type of questions that he asks, the detail that he has, the way he studies and the way he goes about it, not a big talker. You know, he's like an old school rookie the way you want him. So, like
Shout out
I
to
said,
Big
when
Bro
you're
in the
that way, it
building.
makes everything a lot more smooth and easier in the room.
Another year. Last question.
Along those lines, I talked with Nate Hobbs, and he said that you make him a better quarterback. That you taught him patience, and route running and whatnot. Do you take pride in that as well, like even helping out defensive players to try to help them better their game?
For sure, I take just as much pride in helping Nate as I do any of the other receivers. I mean, we all one unit. You know, we doing this in camp the whole time, but at the end of the day, we all trying to. You know, I want him to be able to cover the things that he's going to see on every Sunday. So when we have opportunity, and obviously I'm going to have more creativity to certain things, and I assure him sometime if I come back, with a win on the route, like you're not going to see anybody to run it that way. So you'll be good, covering it the cookie cutter way. I want to make sure I give you a little extra something to see. That way, on Sundays it's easier. And he's the same way as Trey and those other young guys, where he's always asking questions and locked in. If I'm talking to somebody else, trying to figure out what it is that he can do to make himself better too. So if everybody's on that, we'll be a good team.
Look, I loved everything that Tay had to say. Again, amazing leader, great locker room presence. That's why he's one of the captains of this franchise, of this team right now. Trey Tucker wanting to learn something new every day. I love that. I absolutely love that. Like, it's always good when you have somebody like that, somebody that just came into the league that wants to learn as much as possible. He wants to master his craft. I've said this before. I got these great words of wisdom years ago from a guy that he looked at me dead in the face and said, do your job so nobody has the opportunity to take your crown. And I've stuck with that since he told me that. Shout out to Alejandro Ramos. Welcome to the Vault. Thank you for becoming a new subscriber. Those that are in here that are maybe hiding, not talking in the chat, but want to be a part of the nation, break them thumbs, hit them subs, smash the bell. Everybody in here is down for one cause, and I've said this a million times. Raider Nation is my second family. Be a part of that family, y'all. Hit that subscribe button and chop it up with everybody in the chat. Let's move forward to Mr. Hold up. I got to fix that. Let's move this a little bit up so I can get to our guy, our quarterback, number 10 himself, Jimmy G. I hate this. There we go. There we go. There it is.
A little bit of everything, man. It's a fun group to be with. Energetic group, bring energy every day. I'm just excited to get out there with them. I've been training camp feels like it's been forever, but Sunday will get here quick, so I'm excited about it.
What's been the process with Josh back now to make sure that you guys are in sync with everything that you're doing in the offense in a short period of time?
It's just about getting the reps in. He's, Josh knows all this stuff already, being here last year and everything, but he just getting on the same page with him. A couple little swing routes, check down routes, things like that. We're trying to get on the same page, and the run game. He's as good as they come, man. So it makes my job pretty easy.
As
Is it different handing off to different guys? Like, is that something you have to work on with somebody?
Everyone's a little different, but for the most part, our backs, I mean, that's a stable that they're very consistent, man. They all follow suit, fall right in the line, and yeah, it's awesome. Great group of guys.
Obviously, Jim, you played with a bunch of good receivers, but I think it's safe to say that you've never played with a receiver as good as Davante Adams. Like, how much are you looking forward to actually getting on the field and playing a real game with Davante?
It's gonna be fun, man. Been waiting a long time for it. Feel like we're, still working on some things, but very confident with where we're at. Tay's he's a dog out there, bro. It's fun having a guy like that. You just got to put it up there and give him a chance, really. Let it touch his hands, and he'll take care of the rest. So he's making my job a lot easier.
You look on the other side of the field, some of these new defensive players, what's impressed you about them the most?
On our team?
Right.
Man, they fly around. We got a fast group, very, very talented. There's some ball hawks in the secondary, man. They make it tough on us in practice, but it's good for us.
Let me just answer this question real quick. How much cap do we have right now? I believe, what was it? Somewhere between 6 and 10 mil. But the reason that we restructured Jimmy G was because we had to fall into compliance with the league's cap rules by today. So it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, we got money to blow. No, it was just to be in compliance with the league rules. If something happens, cool. It all depends on who. So as of right now, there has been no rumors, no rumblings. The only thing that I've seen over the last 24 hours is all this, oh, where is Chandler Jones going to be traded to? And I saw an article earlier this afternoon that there were like 3 possible trade scenarios with one team, and that was the Jacksonville Jaguars. But again, I don't really pay any mind to that. I know I'm talking about it and it makes me sound like a hypocrite, but like I don't pay any mind to it because it's just like, okay, this is for clickbait, and none of this stuff is realistically going to happen. Let's get back into Mr. G-Hub himself. Here's more from Jimmy Garoppolo.
At 31, is there anything in your game you tried to improve on heading into the season, or was it just about getting sharp and doing what you do best already?
Well, I mean, it was a little different with the foot this offseason, getting that right, just getting back into the right feel and things like that. But, yeah, I mean, you're always trying to improve things.
Thank you, Kenny.
Little details here and there, a certain route with the guy, timing on a route. There's a lot of that this offseason, just being in a new offense and everything. But I feel like we're in a good spot. Still working, but we're in a good spot.
Judging by the reaction of a couple of your offensive linemen right there, it's been easy for you to kind of make friends here, and obviously you were voted a team captain. How satisfying is that to you that in short order you've been able to have that kind of effect?
It's a privilege, man. It really is. I don't take it very lightly. Been a captain before, but to come to a new team and get that honor, it's pretty cool. I mean, we got a good locker room, very tight-knit group, guys who are willing to work, and that's what it takes here. You got to be able to work every day, day in and day out, and it's just a fun group to be with, man. I'm honored to be a captain.
Is it a little funny or any different preparing to square off with Russell Wilson in the AFC West instead of the NFC West like you guys did for so many years?
Yeah, we've always had some good battles, man. Russ, great quarterback. Got to tip your hat to him. And with Coach Payton over there, I'm sure they got some good things. But it'll be a battle Sunday. We know that. We're looking forward to it.
I apologize for the loaded question, but do you feel like you have anything to prove this year based on the way things ended your last stop, or is that not the way you're wired, I guess?
I mean, every year you try to prove stuff. You try to prove yourself every year. And what you did in the past is all cool and everything. Get pats on the back for it, but it doesn't really count for this year too much. So just a guy go out there and reestablish yourself as a player. I think all of us do, though. That's the NFL. I mean, they're trying to get the next guy in there and find a younger guy, cheaper guy than you, but it's your job not to let them.
All set?
All good? All
right, there we go. Jimmy G, and he is upon us. The Raider Equinox is upon us. Ladies and gentlemen, Wasted is in the building. Salute to you, brother. The beating we're about to give Denver will be uglier than that short dude from, oh my God. Rob, I can't with you. All right, so we have about 14 minutes left. I'm going to open it up for you guys for a few minutes, maybe take 2, maybe 3 calls before we wrap it up. Again, I do have a fantasy draft with my guys in a blackout team. Shout out to everybody in the blackout crew, and can't wait to see you guys in another 2.5 weeks. But let's put this number up real quick for you guys. And there it is. Call into the SeatGeek Vault line. Have your voice heard. Guys trying to go to your next concert, your next Raider game, you guys are on the West Coast, so Dodger game. Download the SeatGeek app. Use promo code Hammers.House for $20 off of your very first purchase. Download the SeatGeek app today. Let me turn this off of Do Not Disturb mode because that normally is a problem. And we will start taking your calls if anybody wants to call in. Fun fact, Raiders created fantasy football. Really? John, what's good, bro? He said, oh, snap, the vault line. Yeah, we solo tonight, but, I've been doing this. I put Graf onto it because I wanted to try something different and break him out of his shell a little bit. But I do this for you guys. It's the best way to interact. You guys ask your questions about the current topics and what we discussed tonight. And have a little talk with one of your favorite Raider content creators. Why not, right? Who leads the team in tackles for week 1? Ooh, okay, that's a really good question. I think it's gonna be Divine Diablo. I think it's gonna be Divine Diablo. Ghost is what live? The fantasy draft? No. Me and those guys are setting up a meeting, and we're going to be doing that. It's not. I had thought about it. I hesitated to even bring it up to them, but no, it's not going to be live. But I might just post. I might put my post. I might post up the results of my team, anyways. Probably afterwards. So stay tuned for that. Ruthless with a fun fact of the day. Let me highlight that real quick. Fantasy gridiron football emerged in 1962 when Bill Winkenbach, then part owner of Oakland Raiders football. That's pretty dope. What is your final record prediction for the Raiders this year? I have them at 8-9. John, I am not giving a final prediction until after week 3 of the season. I've told you guys about this. I would much rather be able to sit there and fully assess the 53-man roster, watch 3 full 60-minute games each to really evaluate where this team could be going this coming season. So after week 3, we will revisit that question. I don't know why bookies have Raiders as underdogs this week, especially with all the injuries that Denver is dealing with. Yeah, neither do I. And again, you know what I think it is right now? I think it's one factor, their new head coach. Seriously. Because there's no other reason where I'm like, why do you have them beating us? And I know that Jimmy Garoppolo is 0-1 for his career against the Broncos, but it doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense. I think the spread as it stands right now is either 4 or 4.5. Again, you guys know when it comes to me betting, I've said this before, I will not bet on my teams. I will not bet on the Mets. I will not bet on the Raiders. I will not bet on the Warriors, even when I know those teams could easily win games. I won't do it. It's to me, it's bad juju, and I don't ever do it. So yeah. Ghost Sniper, I did, and I will bring it up again. Thank you. Those that are following me on IG, those that are following me on X. No, it's not Twitter anymore. On X. Again, we do have the ESPN Pigskin Pick'em. I do want to do something special for you guys. And like I said before, I would like to do some type of buy-in, depending on how many people we get in. And ultimately, the grand prize, if we have the right amount of people for the Pick'em, could be the WWE Raiders Legacy title belt. A lot of people ask me, was I getting it? No, but it would be pretty dope if one of you guys, you, Raider Nation, were able to win it and hang it up somewhere in your house or your man cave, what have you. So, guys, the links are in the story right now on IG, and the links are also on X. I posted both of them last night. And if you don't have those socials, like if you're not following me on those socials, here they are right here on the screen. You got Hammers_House on X, and you have Hammers.House on IG. So follow me there, and I will definitely, all you got to do is click to enter, and that's it. Let's have some fun. There's a buy-in for the Pick'em League. Yes, like I said, I want to have enough people. Like, if we can get 50 or more, then yes, we're going to do a buy-in so you guys are able to be a part of this and potentially win that belt. So, yes, there will be a buy-in. if we have enough people. And the buy-in, I will give you guys until week 6, week 7 to have that payment in. So it's all good. So same, I don't bet on my own. There you go. Smart man. So it looks like nobody's calling in tonight, which, oh shit. Actually, I think they are. I apologize. I had it on Do Not Disturb. We do have a caller though. Yo, you're in the vault. Who's this? Uh-oh. Nope, I don't think that went in. No, that didn't go through. Guys, I apologize. Yeah, I had my other Do Not Disturb on. So let's add the number again, and we'll try to take a few calls before we wrap this up. I apologize 1,000 times over. I appreciate everybody that's come in here tonight, asking questions, listening in on the presser as well. Let's get back into it, though. Hold on. Yo, you are in the vault. Who's this and where are you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Hammer? Finally get a chance to talk to you, my brother.
What's your name, bro?
Ferris. It's Ferris Johnson.
Hey, how are you, bro?
Oh, man, I support you, brother. I support you, man. I love what you're doing, and I'll tell you right now, I love when you do the games, bro, because I don't have no cable or nothing. So I love how you call them. I love how you do the games, bro. Hey, Hammer, one question.
Go ahead.
You know, I know it's a hypothetical question, but with that, if we do have that cap, who would you go out and pick up this season?
That's a really tough question because, like, we've talked about this. The one thing right now that I'm more concerned about than anything, and it's no disrespect to our guys currently on the roster, but I would much love to try to get like a veteran linebacker. Kyle Van Noy right now, you can get him on the cheap, and I think he would definitely be a guy that is would bring another veteran leadership, a good locker room presence. I think he would be a really good fit for this system. That's really at this point the only guy that I would remotely want to have if we had the opportunity to get him.
Hey, Hammer, keep on doing what you're doing, bro. I love what you're doing, bro. And in the Bay Area, we support you, my brother.
That really means a lot, man. Take care, be safe, and I hope to see you in the chat this coming Sunday because we will be doing live play-by-play. Take care, man.
Oh, you know that. You know I'm going to support you, my brother.
There you go. Appreciate you. Yo, you're in the vault. Who's this? Where you calling from?
John Corrigan.
Yo, what up, John? Ladies and gentlemen, it's Hug D's. What's good, bro?
What's going on, Hammer? So I had a little bit of like a fantasy thought process to see if you'd follow me on.
Okay.
If you were to look at it today and you were a fortune teller and say we're Monday morning, what are the 5 highlights that stand out in your head that you believe may pop up for a Raiders win?
Let's see. Michael Mayer's first touchdown across the middle in the red zone for his first NFL touchdown.
I love that.
Jimmy G, 45 to 45 yard bomb for a touchdown to Tay. Max Crosby being a human highlight reel with 3, maybe 4 sacks. Two more. Josh Jacobs either bulldozing or shaking somebody out of their cleats. And I don't even care how long the run is. It's just going to be entertaining to watch JJ back. JJ in number 8. And JJ just trying to repeat everything he did last season.
Can he run a stretch and bulldoze Surtain?
I would love that. The last one. I think this one will really get me hyped. Ja'Cory Bennett's first interception in the NFL.
That's legit.
There's your 5. There's your 5. There's my highlights right there.
I appreciate it. I'll take them.
Appreciate you, bro. Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, she's in here. Y'all know what it is. It's that time, ladies and gentlemen. Bring the heat with Elite. This is going to be our last call for the night. Elite, salute. How are you?
Salute. How you doing tonight? Great show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Come to talk it up with you.
Hold on. We got a super chat. Hold on. Shout out to Kenny Raiders, just showing support to the team. My brother, keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate you, Kenny. Elite. I'm sorry about that. Sound off.
Oh no, you got it. I was going to ask you a couple of questions about the game coming up this Sunday. There's supposed to be a little bit of rain.
Yeah.
Right? They're saying it's supposed to be a little bit of rain. What do you think, like game adjustment wise, they have to make, or do they stay the same? How do you see any type of adjustment they may need to make due to the weather?
So, from a standpoint of my past and playing ball, like, look, these guys are professionals, right? They always will make those adjustments on the fly. I think that they go into Denver, same game plan, and we've talked about this. We talked about this last night. Establish a run first, and that's I've talked about that even last year when McDaniels came in here in regards to his system and how his system thrives and how his system works. They established a run first. You start that play action, and then you work in that balance of the pass and the run game. I think that they're going to handle business the way that they know how. We had Brandon Walker on yesterday, the beat writer for Broncos Wire. And again, thank you so much for being on yesterday. He gave us some insights into some of his guys, and especially when it came to their offensive line. And look, we know McGlinchey was dealing with an injury last year. Their left tackle, I believe he broke his leg. I do think that our D-line, I've said this time and time again, it starts in the trenches. It starts with our front seven. Mad Max, and right now I believe it's going to be Tyree or Kuntz. We will see. But I think our edge rushers are going to have a field day. They are going to feast
I think so
on
too.
those tackles this coming Sunday.
Absolutely. I tell you one thing I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to seeing the rotation on the D tackle line. You know, in that front, who gets the most snaps out of Silvera, out of Nesta, Bryant Young, how they work that. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Patrick Graham does on that side of the ball. I want to see, do they want to confuse, what's his name? Russell. Confuse Russ with the different fronts, different looks.
I think that Patrick Graham got everything he wanted this offseason. And the one thing that I was incredibly happy about was the depth that we do have on this defensive line, most specifically our interior defensive line. These guys have different character traits on the field that is going to benefit this system. Like, he is going to plug and play these guys down in distance situations. It's a run. Let me get my two best run stoppers in the middle right now. Oh, they're gonna pass it. It's 3rd and 15, 3rd and 22.
Right.
Okay, cool. We're sending our pass rushers. Jerry Tillery will be out there. Like, I am incredibly excited to see what this defense does, and I'm most incredibly excited to see the D line. Like, I'm good with our secondary. I'm still nervous about the linebackers. Maybe within these first 3 weeks, they can make me change my mind on that, but I'm happy for it, man.
Yeah. Absolutely. And, I'm looking forward to seeing them just play straight press man coverage. I don't think the wide receiver, even before the injuries, I don't think this wide receiver group puts fear into to Patrick Graham and what he wants to do with that defensive backfield. And I just see a lot of physical play, because just Ja'Cory Bennett's style, you can't really give a Tiger new stripes. So, and I think that fits best for Marcus as well. So I'm looking forward, just to, like you said, I'm looking forward for the defense, for real. Because if they play as a unit.
Have you seen Ja'Cory's tape when he was at Maryland and him playing in coverage?
Oh,
yes. Man.
Oh, yes.
I cannot wait to see. And I'm coining it now. That's Agent Zero. That's what I'm calling him now. I cannot wait.
You call him Agent Zero?
Agent Zero. I can't wait to see him on the field and see what he brings to the table in his rookie season. I'm incredibly excited for that kid.
Absolutely. They got to think really highly of him. If they didn't put him on the field that much in the preseason, I mean, he was doing work out there during camp.
Oh, absolutely.
He really was. Because they didn't feature him at all.
Absolutely.
Very, very little.
It was like, nah, we're gonna stash him away. We're gonna wait till week 1 and his coming out party. Y'all are gonna be put on notice. The league is gonna be put on notice. I cannot wait to see what this kid does. I really can't.
for real. Did you see how much thicker Tyree has gotten in the couple of months he's worked with his training staff? His legs, like that dude is filling out already.
There's one picture.
I want people to.
There's one picture that the Raiders put up during a preseason game, and this was the last preseason game. Actually, I swear to God, I'm gonna see. You have the screen up right now. You can see.
Yeah.
This dude is a man among boys, man. Look at this. Like, that is some scary shit. Oki said elite name in Tyree, thick frame nation now.
He is. Look at his. No, go look at his college tape and go look at him now.
I watched a lot of his college tape.
Thick.
I watched a lot of his college tape, and that's why I was the only one, and the rest of my brothers in Shieldmore cannot deny it. I wanted Tyree Wilson as a Raider from the jump, and Grav, you still owe me a ticket to Texas, brother. Just saying. But he's a beast. He is a workhorse, and I said this a couple of weeks ago in regards to rookie edge rushers in the league, especially if it's a first-round pick. Like, they'll have that one little special weapon on the line, that one little special move that they have in their rookie season. You know that they're going to be successful come their sophomore year when they develop a second one and just cause havoc on the edge. So I'm excited to see what this kid's going to be doing in his rookie year, especially with the current situation as it stands right now. We still don't know what's going on, but I think we're going to see him out there for a nice amount of time this coming Sunday, most definitely.
No doubt. And I think we're going to see more moves from him. I think they told him that first game, just, he's getting his feet wet. Keep it simple. Straight bull rush. If you just look at his college tape, he has more than a bull rush.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They don't want to show their cards all like, I'm going to do this move, I'm going to do the spin, that boy needs about 3 signature moves, whether that be a spin or you need to go watch some Reggie White tape and learn that club move, because this is how powerful he is.
Yep.
If he gets that offensive lineman leaning, he can use that one-arm club, tilting to the side and go get the quarterback. Like, I think people are like really, they trying to throw salt on him already, tie a little dirt on him. The boy is I just think he's going to be phenomenal myself.
What is it as I'm trying to remember as an edge rusher? Actually, it's more as a D lineman as a whole. I played edge, I played linebacker. Rip, swim, spin. This kid is going to be a problem, mark my words. Elite, as always, appreciate the call. We're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much, as always, and we'll definitely be talking soon.
All right. You have a good evening.
You
Peace.
too. Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, that was her. Bring the heat with Elite. Appreciate everybody that pulled on up tonight. Appreciate the calls. Much love to everybody. If you haven't already, and if it's your first time in here, don't let it be a last. You see we're on that road to 10K. Break them thumbs, hit them subs, smash the bell to stay up to date with all your Raiders news, rumors, updates, live streams, and reactions in the house that Hammer built by the nation, for the nation, Raider Nation News Today. Ladies and gentlemen, continue to stay safe. Most importantly, be kind to one another. COVID is back on the rise, so make sure to wash your hands and your asses. And as always, win, lose, or tie, Raider Nation till I die. Till next time, y'all. Peace, love, and positivity. I'm out.